Hey guys, what is up? We are playing Watch Dogs. This is going to be my overview slash review of the game Watch Dogs. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into the game. In the game Watch Dogs, the newly released game by Ubisoft, I believe Ubisoft Montreal, but I'll see if I'm right on that one. Um, Ubisoft, or not Ubisoft, Watch Dogs is set in Chicago, in a Chicago where the government actually knows everything through this CTOS or centralized operating system that they set up to monitor everybody's activities at any time with cameras everywhere. So this is basically like a slippery slope of what you would see with the NSA over time, what the NSA could lead to with the government knowing everything. So yeah. Anyways, um, you, Aiden Pierce, the protagonist of this game, can control everything. He has hacked into this CTOS system. He can control the cameras, the steam pipes, if we could find one, triple arms as well. Um, he could also control traffic lights, and basically the entire electrical grid. Um, so he can basically control everything because he has hacked into it. He's not part of the government. He's simply a hacker that has hacked into it. Now the story goes like this. Aiden Pierce, and this is not really a spoiler because you learn this in the first part of the game, the first mission. Aiden Pierce, his niece died, or his niece was killed by some guys that wanted Aiden Pierce killed, and he is seeking revenge. So he goes out trying to find out who killed his niece, and yeah, that's basically the entire story. So that's what the single player. Oh, that's my dog. That's what basically the single player is based on. Basically, Aiden Pierce, my dog. Basically Aiden Pierce's niece being killed. So that's the entire setup of the single player. My dog. I don't know if you could hear him. I hope not. Oh, oops. Um, so the story in general, it was really good at first. I really enjoyed it. It slowed down a bit towards the middle, which is fine. Basically every game does that. But towards the end, it sped up back again. Overall, it was a great story. I enjoyed the story mission. That is not necessarily where the game shines, though. I think the game shines really in the side missions and the side activities that you have. So into the side missions that you could do, if you look at the map, you could see it's pretty extensive. I don't. Yeah, you have a legend, so you could see everything that goes on. You could see that these racing wheel places or things that you could do. They basically fixture contracts. I think I think I finished all the criminal convoys and gang hideouts, but you could do those. You could see them they'll be set in the map with those set icons, so you could do any of those. So basically, what these side activities actually are is basically just side activity. Just you'll go to one of these and it'll tell you, oh, you have to do this, and at the end you get it'll tell you the reward here. You can get cash or you can get XP. So yeah, it's a pretty fun way of just spending your time around in the city. And one of the things that isn't really set here, or you could see it in the legend, but there's no set spots for it, is the crime detected. So basically, while you're walking around at random, usually you'll show maybe something saying that, oh, a crime is detected. It's not happening right now. It doesn't always happen. That would get annoying, but once in a while, and it's pretty common, it'll show something up saying, oh, crime is detected, and you can go there and you'll see that there's a criminal and then there's a victim, and you have to stop him before he does the crime. kind of like the Minority Report in a sense, but you have to wait until he pulls out his gun or does something like that. So that's basically the side activities that, or the side missions that you could do. There's a lot more side activities. In terms of the single player free roam, we'll get into that. So things that you could do just walking around the city, just walking around. There's a lot to do. Here you can see one of the steam pipes. I won't kill that civilian with it. But yeah, you can see that it's pretty effective at wreaking havoc. So you have you could just go around just hacking things, hack into people. Some people you could hack into and just hear what they're saying. Or you could just walk around and see who people are. You can see that this guy, he's a gun control activist. Oh, here, crime detective. This is a perfect time to show you this. The crime. So I'll go on a little tangent here. I'll go back to the single player free roam in a sec. But this is also part of the single player free roam, is that sometimes you'll just be walking around in the free roam and things like this will happen. You'll see crime detected. So I won't pull out my gun yet, but I'll basically go in here and it'll say that I'll be able to use my profiler, which is basically my phone that I have, and be able to detect if somebody's a criminal or not. But I believe that's maybe the criminal. If you get too close to him, it'll spook him and then he'll not do the crime, so you'll fail that mission. So I don't want to get too close without cover.
Find this guy fast.
Yeah, there's a victim.
I don't want to spook him.
Yeah. So you could hide behind things using this cover system, and you can switch cover like this. It's pretty nice. I don't find a problem with it. Right now I'm using my PC. Oh, there's the criminal. I could use the camera if I want. I'm using my PC, but I'm using an Xbox controller just because I find it more enjoyable. But here, let me just take out my gun. So,
hey, Lucky Quinn wants me to deliver a message. Hey, over here.
Alright, there we go.
Shithead.
Alright, so shots being fired. I can use the focus mechanism, which is pretty cool. Basically, slow down time. Alright, so you saw that X thing show up. Basically, while you're chasing somebody, or even while you're on the ground, it'll show you like things that you could do. Shoot. Things that you could do. Just things that you could hack to like screw the other guy over. There we go. Now I need to deal with this guy.
Police, there's gunfire with. I can see him. He's alone, I think.
Oh shoot, all the cops. I was trying to scare them. You could actually scare them into not calling the cops. But yeah, I'll just show you me trying to get rid of the cops. It's fairly easy. Here I could actually use my jams comms, which is one of these craftable hacking items. I'll go into that later. Right now I'm just trying to. Alright, just did a hack over there. I'm probably gonna start getting shot at and I might die. Yeah, I'm getting shot at. Alright. I could steal people's cars while, oh shoot. I could steal people's cars while they're driving. That's something that's basically in every like free roam game that has cars, except Infamous. Or maybe they have it now with Infamous, I'm not sure. Oh shit. You can't really just walk around killing civilians, which is why I didn't shoot the guy while he was calling the police. Because you'll basically, your reputation will go down, and you can have a low reputation. I'll go into that later again. But I like to keep a high reputation, which is why. Oh shit, I'm not a very smart man. All right, let me just use my jams comms. Oh shoot, you'll see my reputation just went down. All right. I just use my jams comms, but that seems to be fairly ineffective. Actually, yeah, I can get away now. Oh shoot, sorry. Oh, my reputation went down. So yeah, basically if the cops don't see you in a certain amount of time, you'll be able to go away, or you could hide. as you can see in the bottom right corner, there's the magnifying glass. If you just hide for until that goes down to 0, you will escape. You could also just hide even when they're on you. But I just don't find that effective. I find it easier to just run away. So yeah, back to single player free roam. Now that I can talk without any disturbances. Things that you could do. So if you look on the map, there's a lot of things that you could do. You could ride the L train if you want. Here's the L train. There's a station for it. It goes all around. Not so much fun. It's fun in the multiplayer when you go with a guy and you could actually shoot people, because your reputation isn't affected. But what's fun while you're just in the single player? You could go into stores like this and buy things. Not really fun because you're basically buying like a Coke or whatever, and then you just drink it, take a sip, and then that's it. And here I'll show you the clothing store, but there's also gun stores. So I'll just show you the clothing store. Should I just fast travel? Yeah, I'll just fast travel. So yeah, I'll go into the fast traveling system miner. It's pretty simple. First, I want to go into the store. Alright, so there's just random things that pop up that you could hack, and they're really only effective when you're like chasing somebody or when you're being chased. But you know, sometimes it's fun to just do it. So just hack, you know, like this. You know, cause people to look. Nobody cares. Oh shoot! There's crime detected. Hopefully, I could oh man. See, sometimes they can get annoying and get in your way. You usually don't have to do it, but I guess now, because it's kind of in a somebody's probably gonna try to rob it. Oh shoot!
Stop! Get lost!
Oh man, I have to chase this guy. Oh. Usually they don't hit you when they fire. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but they kind of suck with their aim. I should take this guy out before. Alright, see if anyone here is gonna call the cops. Looks like not. Good. Oh, ran away. It's better to take them out without shooting them, but at that point in time I really didn't want to have to chase him for that long, so I just decided to kill him. My reputation still went up. But yeah. So let's head back to the store. Alright, so in the clothing store you can go up here, shop, and you can see the different clothing that you could buy. You could also threaten him by aiming your gun at him, and then you could take his money. So just yeah, just clothing here. I don't know, if I just want to get something here. Winter camo, I'm not sure. Urban chemistry. Yeah, this will look cool. It's kind of like the original one. Let's go with the winter camo. Or not. Road Rebel does. No. Elements. Elements.
Enjoy the merchandise.
I don't like it. So
I take my business very seriously.
yeah, I'm sure you do.
Don't waste my time.
Man, this guy is feisty.
See something you like?
Sorry I'm spending so much time on this. I'll just do Culture Clash. The one that I had before. I like this one a lot. I'm not gonna rob him because then my reputation goes down. So yeah. ATMs, you could hack people, steal their money. Let's see if I can hack this guy. Yeah. I'll be able to hack this guy, get some money. You could also do this in free roam if you need some money. Right, so okay. You could also hack some people and
whatever. What does that mean? It means he's probably gonna die. Shit. Shit. Man. I'm sorry.
yeah, so you could just listen to people's lives going on. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the single player free roam. But well, one other major thing that you could do.
Excuse me?
just while walking around. Usually it happens in the outskirts. You could just go into random places and you'll be able to unlock some kind of system where you could enter a door or open a garage door and you'll be able to get a car or something. Oh, cool. Wonder if I can go in here. No. So yeah, just things like that, but you really have to be on the outskirts for that. It's basically like little tiny Easter eggs that you could do. Like here, you could just go on this forklift. There's probably not going to be anything I could do here. But yeah. Oh, I wonder if I could hack this and cause a blackout. Yeah, I can cause a blackout by hacking these. So you can see the blackout in action. You can see everything just turns dark. I don't know why that's lit up. Weird.
You better move along, pal.
It'll turn on promptly. You can see the timer on the top. I don't know if this really applies to the single player free roam, but it's kind of part of the seamless single player / multiplayer system that they have in here. Is that while you're walking around, you will get hacked by other people. You could turn this feature off, but I enjoy it actually. You'll just get randomly hacked. There'll be an intruder. You have to find him, kill him, and he'll be hiding somewhere in a set area. No, I don't want to do that. He'll be hiding in a set area, and you'll have to find him. But that's just some game modes that there are. I'll go into multiplayer later, but you would just get it from this online contracts app. The skill point system, I think this is like a really cool feature. I actually like the skill point system here. Sometimes people don't like it, the fact that the progression system like this, but I enjoy it. I basically completed it all, so I won't spoil it all for you. But you get some of them at the start, like these, where you could just hack like security cameras and all, and traffic lights and utilities and whatever. So yeah, you have the skill point system where you get skill points from XP from leveling up, and then you use them. So, yep, that's just a skill point system. So you have 4 different categories of the skill point system. You have the hacking category, which is just things that you could hack. The combat category, where you could just get upgrades for the combat system, like carrying more explosives and whatnot. Then you have the crafted items, which I'll elaborate on now. You could craft different items. I'll show you right now. I think I bought here. For example, I could craft IEDs, which is improvised explosive device, I believe that's what it stands for. Doesn't really matter, but it can cause blackouts with your crafted items. You could use a lure device, a frag grenade, and a proximity IED, and you could just and the CTOS scan, which basically just scans for like the people in an area. So you could get any of these and just use them. A pretty cool system. It's better than being able to just cause a blackout at any moment using hacking, because that would be pretty OP. So I'm kind of glad that they have that system. Yes, really. I'm kind of glad that they have that system in place. It's pretty effective in my opinion. So back to the skill tree. There we go. So that's basically the crafted items. Then you have the driving, and this is basically just driving the car unlock. This, I recommend you get this. But you're able to
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's nice to meet you too.
okay, you're able to just upgrade the driving, and the driving system is pretty good. You probably saw that it's a bit heavy, the driving. Like if you crash, here, let me just turn it off. If you crash into something, it doesn't do much damage. Like I just crashed into that, and there's like minimal damage to the car. And it kind of feels a bit heavy, but it's pretty easy to get used to if you aren't already used to it. So it's not that difficult to get used to the driving system. It is one of the cons, I guess, of the game, but it's not that hard to get used to in my opinion. It didn't take too long. It took maybe a few hours of gameplay, and I was already used to it, and I had no problem with it. Even at the start, it was mileage may vary with this one. So yeah, that's the skill point system. The reputation system, kind of similar to the skill tree, but basically the multiplayer version. Here, where can we find that? Maybe online contracts. Well, that's pretty helpful. Oh, here we go. So you have the skill tree system, and then you have the notoriety system, which is basically just a multiplayer version of this. This is just multiplayer. So you could only get this by getting points in multiplayer, and yeah. So most of these could only be used in multiplayer. Some of them not. Like these is also fixed or contracts, which is offline. Yeah, the main difference between this and the skill tree is you could lose your abilities, so your notoriety could go down over time, and then you'll lose. For example, if mine goes down enough, I'll lose a nitro boost, and I don't think I'm able to lose the anti-vehicle rounds because that you start with. But you know, if I gain enough, I'll be able to get jammed comms boost. So, yep, it's different than the skill tree, but same concept. You get new abilities by progressing through a game. The reputation system. This I will elaborate on because I don't know. I find it important to the game, even though it doesn't really affect the game. So it's basically the system that you saw before, where my reputation went up when I saved that guy from the criminal, the victim from the criminal. So it's basically that where you just raise your reputation up and down based on, you know, what you want to be, whether you want to be the good guy or the bad guy. The main thing about this, which I really like, is that it doesn't affect the story, meaning that whether you're good or bad, it has no impact on the story at all, which is great because I really don't like that system where it impacts the story. Kind of reduces the replayability because then you can't play as the bad guy again because it's the same story. But, you know, whether you like it or not, that's a system that's in place, and I personally like it, so I find it a pro. Oops. So yeah, things like this will happen. They'll go out of their car and then they'll argue. So yeah, the environment in general is pretty immersive. I like it a lot. You could just
together we can make the world a community.
Yeah. Propaganda. So yeah, I really like the environment. You could just see things that happen, and you know, it'll be fun or whatever. It's pretty. I don't know. It's not immersive, but it's just dense environment. Like I don't know. It feels almost real. You know, that the feeling that everyone's life is just as I don't know, just as not important, but has so much going on as yours. They kind of introduce that into a game, and you really feel that they really hit the mark with that one. So it's really the environment really is kind of, I don't know, it's just everything is just going on, and you have your own life, but everyone else has their life as well. Like these guys, that person who works in construction, and then this girl, and she has a brain tumor. They're just in love right now. They're just kissing. You can see them having fun. So yeah, just things that go on in the game. Now into the multiplayer. This is so I was just going through the single player at this point, so you can see how much really is in the single player, and there's a lot more that I didn't show you. I'll show you that in the end, just the extra stuff. But just the multiplayer, the things that you could do in the multiplayer. So, I'll show you the different multiplayer modes right now. You can see the different multiplayer modes. This is how you go into each multiplayer mode that you want to go into. You have the online free roam, so I'll talk about this. You could either do a private session, so you could just play with your friend, like my brother. I just played with my brother, only me and him. Or you could join a public session, and I still played with my brother with this one. I had to invite him, but yeah, we just played together and we were just able to do things. So yeah, two things with the multiplayer, or just one thing, that I want to point out. There's an adversarial mode. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You're basically, in that sense, you're basically the enemy of everybody in the adversarial mode. But if you turn that off, then you can't kill anybody and nobody could kill you. So if two people have that on, they can kill each other, but if one has it off, then you know that guy can't kill the other guy, which I like, because then you could choose your multiplayer experience, whether you want it to be a fighting experience or you want it to be an exploration and having fun experience. You could also have fun fighting each other, but you know, just you could choose whatever system you want to have, which I like. You have the online decryption, which is basically an objective that you have, that you, if you want to go and there's a file and you have to download it. If you have it, you continue the downloading of it, and whoever has it when it reaches 100% wins. So it doesn't reset to 0 when another team gets it. It's whoever has it in the end, which could be considered a broken system, because then you know you could just wait until it goes to 99%, pick it up for your team, and then win. But you know, whatever. It's fine. It works fine. I've played it. It's fun. Then you have the online hacking, which is just 1 versus 1. You basically just request a hacking target. Right now, you might see video clips. Hopefully, I implemented a video of this going on, where I was hacking somebody, and you see the hacking going on. So you could just request a hacking target, and you'll be able to hack into somebody's game. They won't know you're there until you install the backdoor, and then they have to try to find you, which is a lot of fun. But you cannot hurt the other player when you're hacking them, or else you know then it just won't count. That's kind of stupid if you go and hurt them. Nobody really does that anyways, which is good. Then you have the online racing, which is basically self-explanatory. You go and you race and use nitro and whatever, and you try to race the other guy. Fun. I've played it a few times. Just another thing to do. Then you have the CTOS mobile challenge, where a guy on his mobile device is acting like the police, and he has to try to get you before you reach the objective, which is a lot of fun. I've played it. But you know, maybe maybe you won't like it. It's just on a person-to-person basis. But you have enough things that you could, you know, find your likes and your dislikes. Then you have the online tailing, which is basically, it doesn't inform the other person that you're there. You're just there. You just have to observe them for a certain period of time, which is a lot of fun, because that could be happening to you and you just won't know it. In the end, you'll have just no idea that they're actually there, which is just a lot of fun. I probably got tailed a few times, and I never figured out whether I was tailed or not. So, a lot of fun. I think I went through all of it. Yep. So that's the extent of the multiplayer. A lot of fun. Yeah. In terms of the extra stuff, I'll just talk about the extra stuff right now. I won't show it to you. But you know, you have your digital trips. Which is just basically another side activity that you could do. So you could basically act like a spider tank. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, where you're basically a spider that's like a tank, and you just go and kill and destroy people. A lot of fun. You have the NVZN, which is basically like a target game where you where there's like targets that show up and you have to shoot them using your phone. Yeah, just some fun that you could have with. I've had some fun with it. Cash Run. This is basically kind of like Mario, but not really, where there's like coins and you have to pick them up in a certain amount of time. So, a lot of fun. I think I've went through everything. Just a few other things that I haven't gone through. Leaderboards. Works pretty cool. Progression. You know, just progressing and unlocking things. Pretty self-explanatory. Ooh, cars on demand. I didn't go through this. You can get cars and you could buy them if you unlock them somehow. I believe if you drive them or if you hack people, you'll be able to unlock them. So yeah, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to get cars and you'll be able to have them on demand. You just pay a one-time fee and you'll be able to get them whenever you want.
Made the drop. You'll find your wheels close by.
Here you have Cash Run, the trail. So yeah, that's the extent of the game. You also have these CTOS boxes that you unlock, which I didn't explain, but it'll basically unlock things like the fast travel things and other points of interest, like other things that you could do on the side. Again, there's just a bunch of things that you could do on the side, which I didn't explain because the game is just so extensive. What really matters is really the single player and the multiplayer, and you know, side activities are basically side activities. So yeah, chess and poker. There is chess and poker, and it works pretty well. So I guess that's it. I just quickly went through the extra stuff that were there that really you could only really enjoy if you enjoy the game. So I didn't really want to elaborate too much on those things. But yeah, there's just a lot to do. Graphically, of course, it's beautiful. Performance-wise, I get about 60 FPS on high on my GTX 770. But yeah, apparently it doesn't run so well on AMD cards. Your mileage may vary, but it runs decently. I mean, basically just suboptimal performance that you see in every Ubisoft game. But you know, it still looks beautiful nonetheless. So yeah, that's it. That's the extent of it. Beautiful game, a beautiful environment. Just if I would have to give a number to it, which I think is unfair, an unfair assessment, it would be a 9 out of 10. Just because some things are just quirky and just don't work as expected, but I mean it's really close to a 10 out of 10. It's a great game. I really enjoy it. But don't just trust me. Go see other reviewers, see what they say about the game. Because again, it's a game that you either like or you don't like. So I personally enjoy it. I personally. Oh shoot! So you have things like go on, and it's not. Oh my god! Here, I knew.
911, please state your emergency. Hello, I need you to stay on the line.
You have things that randomly go on, and I guess that's the end of it. That's the extent of the game. Lot of fun. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next time in another video that we may create. So this is just a Watch Dogs overview / review because I said my own opinion on it, but just overview of the entire game. Lots of fun. I didn't really get hacked by anyone because the multiplayer just doesn't work for me. Again, one of those quirky things, but I'll get that fixed soon. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you like this video, just subscribe. If anybody's watching it at this point. If you don't like the video, then you could dislike the video. Or you could just like the video if you liked it. And leave a comment if you do dislike it, and dislike the video. I want to hear the constructive criticism that you guys have for me, because this is really my first real overview that I'm having. The other ones were just kind of like whatever. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.